if I'd love if you can get in the chat and just drop where you are in the world. Welcome. My name is Leela Dilla, if I don't know you. We're going live on Instagram as well. See if we can hit some extras. I appreciate you all coming to gather tonight. We've got Asheville, North Carolina, Toledo, Ohio, Broomfield, Colorado, Vancouver, Canada, Chicago, Los Angeles, Raleigh, North Carolina, Newfoundland, Canada, Boston, Washington, D.C., Jacksonville, Florida, Maryland, Arlington, Virginia. Randy and I are in Gainesville, Florida right now. Colorado. Just gonna give it a couple more minutes to let a few on. We've got California. Wow. Where is Rita? Where's Rita? Oh, hi Rita. Okay, cool. Glad you're here. All right. Thank you all for being here. It really means a lot to me and to the planet that we all wanted to be here tonight. If you're not in a comfortable place, get yourself comfy. We're going to be sitting or laying, ideally sitting, so that you can maybe have your hands on your heart. Okay. I'm going to share some music once we begin, but before we begin, I'd love everyone to just receive a big breath inside of their body. Maybe it's the first big breath you've taken today. And then exhale. And just do that a couple times to really remember that we receive life into our body as we breathe in. And then we release and give back to life as we breathe out. And that every being on the planet is breathing that same life force. Really just letting the weight of that sink in, that the one thing we all have in common is that we are here in a body breathing. We just ask that everyone is able to release what they've already done today or any worries that they have for the future, to just collect themselves up into a present moment. Relaxing your body, letting any fluctuations in the mind just diminish as you breathe. And tonight's session, or really community gathering, I guess this is what this is. I'd love to start with our dear sister Rita, who is Ukrainian. She's part of our Heart Space community. If you're part of that, thanks for being here. And I'd love for her to just share maybe what she knows that we might not know, not having connections there. I'm not sure if any of you do. I personally do not, but being connected to Rita makes it special to me, and just being part of the human race makes it important and special to me, as it should for all of us. So I'll have her just share anything that you'd like to, Rita, and then what I'd like to share with you tonight is what the practice of prayer has brought to my life. And my invitation is for you to continue to practice a state of prayer and meditation so that we can stay in connection with each other from the deepest place and hopefully truly invoke some peace and some light into the places that have deep suffering right now. It can be very easy to feel helpless when there's this much suffering on the planet. And so this is the only thing I know how to do. And so I invite you to step into that place and see it as something that's big, or at least something that's meaningful for more than just our own personal lives. So Rita, I don't know if you can unmute yourself. Can you?
First, I want to thank every single person that has made it here today. And I want to say that every single person that wanted to be here but couldn't, I thank them just the same. And just to see every single face from so many parts of my life come together today to support, to show your support for me, and to send your love to my motherland, Ukraine. And to the people there, the land that is suffering right now. I have a lot of family and a lot of friends who are there who are affected. I have cousins that have been sent to the front. And I know people that have died already. But I'm not going to repeat a lot of things you probably see in the news or hear on TV, because what I really want to do is harness the love that you have in your heart for the people in this world, for the peace that I believe you want for my country as well as for the rest of the world, because we are all one people, no matter what religion we come with, no matter what language we grew up with, no matter the color of our skin or the stories we have brought together. It means so much to me that you're all here. Looking into your eyes, I see the love you carry. And that love is coming from above. It's not ours. We are only channels. And I also want to acknowledge my mother, who is here with us today. And she's on the screen. Her name is Galina. If you can see her mom, can you wave? There she is, yeah. So it's an honor for me to have her join us. She is a woman of prayer, a woman of God. Her love is immense. I have learned much from her. And I just really appreciate you all being here. And what I want to pass, before I pass everything back to Leela to facilitate, remember that with pain, we can overcome with love. And our healing comes from love. And that no matter what we see on TV, what we read in the news, just coming back to remembrance that there is a deeper wisdom, a bigger wisdom that can work through us to give us peace, to give us love, because we heal not from fear, but we heal from love. So thank you, everyone. And so good to see everyone here. Leela, back to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rita. Mm. I think you said it so beautifully, Rita, that we are one humanity, and it can be so easy in the culture and world that we live in to forget that. And it's been my experience that the deeper I'm able to connect to myself and my truth and that intelligent spark that moves through me, the closer I'm able to become to other people. Because there's no lack of difference between the way that I look and what I do for work and all the stories that I've lived through between me and you, me and everyone. And the more we stay on the surface of our life, the further apart we are from each other. And the deeper we go inside, the closer we become. And so prayer can, that even just that word can be triggering for people nowadays because we don't have adequate language for the sacred. And I think we need it, especially now we need it. When prayer is really the holiest intention that we can have, it is intentionally dropping into the place in us that is the same within all beings and communicating with each other from that place to each other and also to the intelligent power that's generating and animating all of our bodies to life. There is a force, a spark that's moving through all of our bodies, that's moving through all things that are living, that is essential to remembering so that we can learn to love each other without conditions. If we don't remember that spark, that sacred connection in my heart and your heart and everyone's heart, we will continue to stay in judgment and separation and lies and fear and guilt and shame and all the things that separate us here. So regardless of what, if there is a religious or spiritual tradition that you specifically relate to or not, it really doesn't matter. There is an aspect inside of us that is the same. And when we connect to that place, we can influence and support each other, even across continents, and there is no space and time. Does that feel true for everyone in some capacity? Okay. Even if it's foreign, if it feels true at all, then follow that thread. Even if it's just a whisper of truth, that's where you have to focus into. And the only thing that really matters with prayer is the sincerity in which we offer it. Doesn't matter if you sit a certain way or you have a certain incarnation of God in your mind or you have a certain song on or you're sitting appropriate, like it doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is how sincere we are when we descend into the depth that we need to touch to be able to communicate and support and be one with our entire humanity. So my invitation is to recognize that at what depth are you living your regular life? Because if we can tap into a depth inside of us, we have an opportunity to make our entire life a prayer. And this isn't the only, this is a massive thing that we're noticing at this point, but suffering is all over the planet all the fucking time. And in ways that I think if we actually could feel the amount of suffering that was happening, it would blow our circuits, which is why we don't pay attention to it. And I think if we actually allowed the amount of love to move through us that could move through us, it would also blow our circuits, which is why we don't let it move through us, right? They're both true. And what I want to invite in is presence to both, because we can't honor the light without the dark, and we can't honor the dark without the light, and they exist hand in hand. And so to become one with the depth of suffering that's happening here is also to become one with the amount of love that we can pour into those places. So invitation to explore at the depth at which you are living your life, and in what ways can you invoke a deeper sense of presence to the reality of what's true right now in your own life, in your own suffering, in your own love and your own healing, in your own relationships. And then from that depth, can we open up to the grander scheme of what's really happening here on planet Earth? beyond our own tiny little microcosm. There's so much more going on. Okay. So my offering for this is that we sink down into our bodies, because the body can only ever live in present time, right? The body cannot be 5 minutes ago or 5 minutes ahead. The physical body only ever lives here and now. So our most sacred prayer happens inside of this one time. And I'm going to just guide you into the chambers of your heart, whatever that means for you. And we're able to invite ourselves back to a sincere present place through the breath always. And as if the mind wanders out to other time zones, the invitation is just to sincerely come back into this time zone so that we can focus our attention on the suffering that's happening and to the amount of people that are being affected, not only in Ukraine, but in surrounding countries and all over the world who know people that are there. This is so much, the ripples are just incredible. Okay, we're gonna dive in. There's no right or wrong way. Okay, I'm gonna share some music. And I'm just gonna hold us there for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and I'll be guiding a little bit just to call us back into presence. But all I really want us to recognize is that when we can get to this place of depth and anchor into the light and have this sincere intention towards peace and healing and comfort and safety, or whatever it is that you wish people were experiencing right now. If we can generate that inside of our bodies, inside of our hearts, inside of our souls, we are affecting the whole. Even though it can seem like we aren't really doing anything, we really are, because we are one humanity at the core when we get there. So the way in which you raise your vibration and send your intention, you are affecting far more than just you. And even here, like, really see this. I know we're on a Zoom screen, but if we could see this as we're sitting in a circle or holding hands or really casting a field of light around all those that are suffering right now, really see it as a powerful practice like that, because it is. If I speak, can you still hear me over this music? That good. Just receive a big breath again. Exhale. Just scan the body, bring the body to a content, comfortable place. Feeling your connection to the earth beneath you. Remembering that the earth is all of our homes. In this moment, just feel that Mother Earth has come up to hold you here, to hold all of us here. Let your body relax a little bit more. To really feel how constant the connection and the nourishment from Mother Earth is, from beneath us to us, stretches up from the earth to feed us and to hold us, to heal us. Relaxing anywhere in the body that's tight. Bring one hand to the heart. Breath in, maybe it's just the chest. Tune into your heartbeat, the waters of your body, the pulse, the blood moving through your veins. It's like the rivers of Mother Earth. Gratitude for your heartbeat in this moment, for the fact that you are alive and co-creating with life. Take a moment to descend even deeper into the heart. Place beyond the heartbeat, subtle energy, spark, motivate. Intelligence that's keeping your body alive. You envision a golden ball of light. Your next few breaths, now to allow that golden light to be brighter. Exhale, it condenses and softens. Remembering that this golden light is the eternal spark inside of you. Full of wisdom. It's naturally blissful. Mind's eye or in your heart's eye, just imagine that this golden light then connects you to all the other beings on this call. This intelligent spark is pulsing through all bodies. Take a moment to zoom out as we notice the golden lights turning on throughout the United States. Eyes. Country, and the lights inside of each of our hearts. And breathe. Staying connected to the center. For you to fill your entire body and your entire heart with whatever feeling it is that you would like to share and bring into the hearts of those that are suffering right now. If it's peace, if it's hope, if it's comfort, if it's love, strength. Deep breaths and allow that to move through your whole body. Allow it to be the only emotion you feel. feel this emotion. Notice your golden light becoming bigger and more radiant. Come back to visualizing the United States from up above, zooming out even further as we move to hover over Ukraine. Golden light with you. And slowly start to descend down, getting close enough to this country to where we can start to see the little golden lights here. Maybe just a few at first. What I want you to do here is to allow that sensation of peace or strength or hope or love or whatever it was that you wanted to send towards the people. Here I want you to bring that into your body, and as you descend down, visualizing the country, I want you to allow that feeling inside of your body become so bright that the people there in this moment also feel it inside of their hearts as well. Whatever imagery comes with that. Washes down over them, or sparks on the inside. Allowing the feeling to be extremely true inside of your body, inside of your heart, a place that is the same between us and them. Allowing that feeling to come into every child that's there. Cared for and loved, soothed, comforted. All the mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, everyone who's been asked to fight, feel strength. Your connection to the earth beneath you, the heavens above you, and to your heart. Stay in silence for the next few minutes, and I want you to literally feel yourself being a channel for this vibration of peace, or love, or comfort to move through you and to them. Knowing that love, pure grace and love, not generated by us, it moves through us from the divine, and therefore has no consideration of space and time. If it feels good for you, you can use your hands out in front of you. Our hands are extensions of our heart chakra. imagining the people, the country, the earth. In pain, allow that love to move through you. Be steady with your breath, knowing that the breath brings more presence, and the more present we are, the more potent our power is. You will extend you out, neighboring countries. Feels Russia. All of those that don't want this from happening.
Dissolve my name, lay down in the sea, and let that water wash over me. Dissolve my name, lay down in the sea.
That's okay. Continue time for a minute.
Dissolve my name, lay down in the sea,
Recognizing how much is
and
actually
let
going
that
on here,
water
and
wash
what a
over
tiny but integral part of the puzzle that you are. Feeling that interconnectedness between all things, and how important our participation is to the whole. As the earth starts feeling almost waking up.
Holy grace, carry me far beyond the Baltic Sea.
Flooding the whole earth with light, peace, with love, with strength, remembrance of what's important. May all beings everywhere remember that we are one and the same. All beings everywhere remember that we're here to take care of each other. We allow that care to move through us in this moment, unconditionally in this moment, fully in this moment. Gently bringing the hands onto your own body. See a really big breath. Exhale to release. And take a moment to send that same love, hope, peace, healing towards your own body in this moment. To your own heart, to your own spirit. Recognizing if we want to be able to do it for the whole, then we have to be able to do it for ourselves as well. We're one and the same. Just noting what it feels like for you to be connected to that heart space, that golden light, to the soul, to that point of power that exists inside all things. What does it feel like for you to live from that depth, to connect to that place? and making a commitment in this moment to have some sort of practice every single day that connects you to this place, so that you can regularly tap back into the connection with all beings and have an effect. I see a really big breath. Exhale. Just bring your hands down to your knees. We'll take a few more moments in silence. Just reflecting on how important the ego constantly wants to be. Wants to be separate and powerful and right and prideful and righteous. And as much as the ego wants to be all of those things, equal parts, the heart has forgotten how powerful it is. So just notice how when we stop trying to be right and separate, we become important part of the whole. We become one with all that is. That just crushes the ego, but it illuminates the soul and illuminates the part of us that is loving. It's humbling to remember how small we are. But in that humbling, we remember how powerful we are when we connect back to all things. Gently bring ourselves back in this place and time. Just like to leave you with my mentor, Carolyn Mace, speaks often. She studied history, war. And first time I heard this really shifted things for me. She said that the moment the nuclear age began, and we became capable of pretty much taking each other out completely. The world behind our eye and our inner world became the new frontier because we instantaneously became responsible for becoming the types of people who would never do that. Meaning that since we have the capacity to wipe each other off the face of the planet, which is absolutely ridiculous that that's a capability, and we're kind of on the brink of it, that we personally and individually and collectively need to become people that could never do that to each other. And that means we need to become the types of people that don't judge and criticize and hate our neighbor. If we hold any of that heaviness, that stuckness, that resentment, that weight that separates me from anyone in our heart, then we are contributing to the collective ability to have that kind of hate for each other. So my deeper invitation is for you to look at where in your life you might still be holding on to resentment or hatred or criticism or judgment. And ask yourself why, and what can you do in your life to resolve some of that so that you can be capable of letting love reach areas it hasn't reached yet. Because if we want that to happen on the collective, we are the collective. We are just the tiny dots inside of the entire picture. And so if we haven't done it inside of our own lives and our own hearts, there's no way the whole thing will do it. Right? So that is what we can do. We can gather like this and we can have the best intentions and we can pray and we can connect there. But the real work is, where am I contributing to the collective hatred that's creating the suffering on this planet? Because it is suffering as well to never forgive someone. We suffer and they suffer. So in what ways can we invite more love into our own bodies, our own lives, so that we can genuinely energetically affect the way our whole humanity works? And this is urgent also, especially for me, it's just illuminating how urgent. It's always felt pretty urgent, but it feels extremely urgent as we sit on the precipice of possibly it's already a disaster, but a really, really massive disaster. We have to resolve inside of our own bodies the pain that hasn't been processed so that we can become the beacons of love that we really can be while we're here. And it's a humbling, hard, kind of scary process to move into, but there are people doing it, and there's support, and there's community, and there is places for you to come and dive into that process. If I can support you in that, please let me know. If anyone that's on this call can support you, please let me know. You're not doing it alone. I'm doing it. We're all doing it. And it's extremely important. Even just look into your immediate life. Is there anyone that you're holding that contingent? Keeping them separate? That energetic, one human to another, is what we're seeing on a larger scale manifested in our own personal life. That's where our own personal work is. And if we can do that, there's a chance that the collective can do it too. So I just want to pass over a massive piece of responsibility towards you to examine those places, and then an invitation to invoke a deeper prayer always. Every step of your life can be a prayer for the collective. It can be a prayer for your own life, and it can be a prayer for the collective. And it's much easier to pray and connect to that place when we don't have a bunch of shit sitting on our own heart, right? So it's equal parts connecting to that place and equal parts letting go of the stuff that's heavy there, so that we can let that love move through, and that we forget less and remember more. I really just want to invite everyone to at least take a couple minutes every day to send what we just did. If that didn't work for you, do it however you want. There's no wrong way to do it. Just do it with sincerity. Please, 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 please. So grateful that you're here. I feel like the English language fails when it comes to the sacred. So feels like a crap sentence for what I mean, but I'm so grateful. Anyone like to share anything? No, there's a lot of other things you could have done with your Friday evening, so it means the world to me that this is what you did. Yeah. Thank you, Rita, for being here and for sharing. Thank you, Rita's mom, for being here. Yeah. Maybe we'll do this again too, and just jump on and dive right in. If you want, happy to do that.
May I add one last thing before we go?
Yeah.
Again, thank you everybody for being here. It means so much to me, whether I know you very closely or I haven't met you yet, but I'm excited because I believe that someday we will. And something that's coming up for me is just the fact that our ability to love, our capacity to love, is paralleled by our capacity and ability to grieve, and vice versa. And the beauty of remembrance is that we can hold both at the same time. And every morning I wake up and I have so much love that I feel for the new day, for the connections that I have to my friends, to my family, to the people in this world. And throughout the day, sometimes I have to cry because grief also comes. And then I remember that that's not the end. So just a reminder that we can all hold both together. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you, everyone, for being here. May we stretch our heart's capacity to hold both so that we can really face this reality with the grace that it needs. We can be those people. Let's dig the well. Okay. Good night, everyone. If you're in the heart space, see you tomorrow morning for the workshop. If you can be here.